And if you watch Worldwide Classic over the past week or two, Gunther has been a hot topic on this show. And I addressed the fact that I wasn't completely sold on Gunther. And I was trying to understand what the hell the WWE was even thinking about. But after seeing the performance that Gunther had against AJ Styles, I'm starting to get the picture. And I'm the type of man that could admit that. But I'm also the type of man that could admit I wasn't completely wrong either. It just so happens that all of my questions and concerns were put to rest at the Royal Rumble. As much as I'm pissed off that Gunther just sat here and retired a legend like AJ Styles is just so damn good at what he does, it actually meant something this time. This is not trying to take away from John Cena's last match, but it just wasn't the vibe and the energy that you needed to make this type of history. Almost every critique that I've had about Gunther and that retirement match, it's like the WWE came and course corrected at Royal Rumble. If you're gonna do this fluky, this is how you do it. As much as I hated to see AJ be the one to lose this match, he was the perfect person to paint this picture. But I gotta sit here and be the first one to give a lot of credit to Gunther. Gunther bought it in this match. As much as some people can't see some of the takes that I have concerning Gunther, I just want everybody to go back and watch Gunther's match at the Royal Rumble. And I want you to compare that match to Gunther versus John Cena at Saturday night's main event. What we saw at the Royal Rumble was storytelling, and the execution was flawless. Gunther actually looked dangerous in this match. Even though The Rock goes by this moniker now, at the Royal Rumble, Gunther felt like the final boss. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what professional wrestling is. AJ Styles didn't sit here and smirk and be happy that he retired and ended his career. Gunther had to take AJ Styles' career from him. This match felt violent, it felt real, and it felt necessary, because a lot like my concerns from last month, if Gunther's gonna be the guy to retire John Cena and every other legend that comes in his path, he has to have that final boss energy that he had at the Royal Rumble. And let me give even more credit to the WWE. They doubled down by having Gunther choke the shit out of Dragon Lee. And you know what? I loved every single minute of it. This is not this hard to do. And this was my exact point. It's like the old saying goes, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. Gunther is finally starting to look the part, if that makes any sense. He's shown flashes here and there, but just like any other person in the WWE, a lot of the time, it just takes time to fully develop who you're gonna be in WWE. And now we're starting to see the turning point with Gunther. It just so happened that retiring two legends within 45 days seemed to have been the missing ingredient for Gunther to finally get there. Even Gunther's reaction after winning the match. Gunther sat there and laughed and gloated and made it a point to be about the fact that he just retired another legend who just so happened to be AJ Styles. Regardless of how critical people think I am, I'm not hard to please, and it doesn't take much. These are just small little tweaks and small little nuances that had to happen. And just like that, I'm a Gunther guy. I guess in a way, I'm a wrestling historian. And I just have to know that the sport is in good hands. A week or two ago, I gave a Worldwide Classic exclusive and said that Gunther might not be the guy. Well, now this is a new Worldwide Classic exclusive. And you know what? The WWE fixed those issues. And now, with Gunther, we're good to go. I think I'm more critical when it comes to the heels, because I'm kind of an and sometimes I just love when villains win. So essentially, this is why I didn't and don't want to see no half bad guy boy. I need to see the real thing, especially when the chief content officer used to knock out with a sledgehammer. I don't want no shortcuts when it comes to the villains in WWE. While we at it, let's get Randy Orton back to villain status. I'm not going to feel 100% complete again until I see Randy Orton kick people in the head. It has to be full force and full-fledged violence. This is the only thing that I want to see from Gunther. And since this is already feeling like a confessional today, let me confess that if this is the Gunther that we get, then I'm all in. After my criticism last week, and coincidentally the Royal Rumble not too far after, the WWE has got their together right now. What was so difficult about doing this? It doesn't take much. We're talking about a guy like Triple H that's in charge of the creative. Triple H is the same guy that as a competitor hit guys in the head with a sledgehammer. He was the biggest villain the WWE had during that time. So this is why I gotta ask such a question. Why is all of these things seeming so difficult to accomplish? When we've seen guys like Triple H, Edge, and Randy Orton put in work over the past decade. Now, this is Worldwide Classic. And the last time I checked, I am Southside Tre. So that means I'm also going to give the other side to this story as well. So aside from the fact that I didn't want to see this type of thing play out for AJ Styles, I guess my only thing is, why in the hell would the WWE make AJ Styles' retirement match a squash match? As much as I try to sit here and give these people credit, still in all, this kind of felt weird to happen for AJ Styles. Not only is this retirement out the blue, but AJ Styles didn't do shit. AJ Styles had no real offense in this match. Of course, he snuck in a few moves here and there, but overall, Gunther dominated this match. It was times in this match where I literally thought to myself, Gunther is hunting AJ Styles. He had that slow, calculated, serial killer pace that the WWE loves for their best villains. They had AJ Styles playing the victim as Gunther turned into Michael Myers. And I guess the wrestling fan that I am and the AJ Styles fan that I am, this was some AJ Styles is one of the best sellers that we had in the business. And at the Royal Rumble, that was on full display. And it almost had to be because it damn sure wasn't no offense for AJ Styles. And they have AJ Styles to thank for this gift. Triple H said in the post-conference that AJ Styles told him he was just done with wrestling. This was pretty much an alley-oop gift wrap to Triple H and the WWE. The timing around this couldn't have been any more perfect for WWE. Because I still stand 10 toes on what I said about Gunther and John Cena's retirement match. It wasn't the way to go. So I guess I'm torn. Because on one hand, sometimes I just love to see when the villain wins. But then back to just being a fan of AJ Styles, it's difficult to see him go out this way. With the type of athlete that AJ Styles is, you expect a 5-star classic for his last match. I guess for me, you just expect to see Styles go against somebody of a similar caliber. Because I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't AJ Styles just recently get a victory over Gunther? Or something to that effect? So if you're AJ Styles, how do you have a match where you're almost better than Gunther, and then the next time you get your ass whooped and retire? And even though I thought this was a great look for Gunther and exactly what he needed, I just hate that this is the last look at the legend AJ Styles.